Hey, Hans here with XProHeli. I'm really excited to introduce the new XP2s with the Naza boards in them. These things are super cool. They seem to be a lot more reliable, so we've switched up to these. We have the GPS version that's coming with a DX8, which is a very expensive and very complex radio. And basically, to get all of the functions on the GPS to work, we had to go ahead and get the nicer radio, and we have the GPS unit on this one. We've tested it, and it flies really great when there's no wind, and you can get it to do hover hold and return to home and all kinds of fun stuff. It's got the orientation, so if it's facing this way and you aren't sure which way, you can flip a switch, and no matter what, backwards, left is left, right is right. So it's pretty cool that way. If you aren't a very good pilot and you're learning how to fly, this is a really good way to go. If it is windy, it sucks. It's like scary, like the things that it tries to do. So straight up, if you're trying to fly in the wind and use your GPS, it's gonna do some really wacky things, and I don't recommend it at all. So stable mode works okay in the wind. It still does a lot of correction, but it does work. I recommend flying. If you're going to fly in the wind, you need to be in manual mode, and you need to know how to fly this thing really well. So our other model, the base model that we're going to do, is basically just the two functions. So you have stable mode and manual mode, and you'll switch between that just with your gear switch on this, and that gets you manual modes backwards, stable modes forward. So this is a really good way. Stable mode's a good way to learn how to fly. So if you want to learn how to fly one of these and not be relying on the GPS, this is a really good way to get started. The GPS unit, we've added, or we use these switches here to do the different modes. So you have the three-way switch, which is manual mode, the middle is stable, and forward is the GPS. And then when you're in the GPS mode, then these are active, and also you have a switch here, and you flip that, and that puts it into the fail-safe mode, and that'll bring it back to you. So what happens in fail-safe mode is that it acts like the radio stopped responding. So when you're in fail-safe mode, it's not going to take any controls from the radio. It's going to go up 20 meters, and it's going to come back to where it took off from that height, and then it's going to try to come straight down and land in a, maybe a 10 by 10 box of where it took off. So we have tested it, and it worked really well. It was really scary to try it in the wind, so we flipped it back off, and we took control and got it back to us that way. So again, if it's a beautiful, calm, nice morning or evening, or if the day is just super calm and there's no wind, you'll get some pretty cool stuff with the GPS, and it does do a hover hold, and it'll just stay right there till the battery dies. And it is pretty cool, but you probably won't use it when you're actually filming, to get good video. Like I said, you got to be in the manual mode. So anyway, we're really excited about the new Naza boards, and I think that these things are going to be really super fun. They're going to be a little more reliable, and again, we have the two models, which is going to be really cool. You get about a half a mile range on both of these as far as distance goes. And the FPV that we sell, I get people asking me about that all the time. That gets about 400 yards maybe, depending on where you are. If you have a lot of signals interfering and stuff, it's obviously not going to be that far, but you can actually, we've gotten it up to about 600 yards or 500 yards, I think is what we figured out. And then we lost our signal completely. And it seems like when we do lose our signal, it doesn't flicker on and off, it's just gone. So you gotta be really careful about where you are and how far you're flying. If it does start to flicker, make sure you start getting it back towards you. Yeah, so again, these all come with the same thing, 4 batteries. You get an extra set of props. It's 1 battery at a time, so you get about a 40-minute flight time on each one. And we have tons of videos available as well that will go through the process of setting up your radio, working with the Naza software, that kind of stuff that's kind of complicated, so it's nice to have somebody to walk you through it. So We do have that available on the website right now, and we're working on a couple other videos that are going to be really helpful. We're going to do some more flying so that you can see how the Naza works and everything. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.